Hey folks, OG Geo here with my buddy Notai. Notai, how you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. Looking forward to some Div 3 action.
I'm glad you are. I am too. So folks, the disclaimer here is that we are not and do not claim to be experts at the game. We want to have some fun here and give you an opportunity to watch the games. Hopefully we can entertain you. If we don't, just mute us and watch the game. It's a good chance to see some Div 3 action. The teams have started early tonight, so we are already into the picks and bans. So we're going to head over to the picks and bans screen already, Notai, and we have a Resurgence of the Storm banning out, first of all, Cursed Hollow. They are moving fast. They're not helping us out our first time casting here. Gola bans Tomb of the Spider Queen for AOL. Resurgence of the Storm. RotS bans out Volskaya. They must have seen AOL play on that map. This is a strong map for AOL. And AOL bans Dragonshire. The first map picked is Braxis. Braxis is picked by Resurgence of the Storm, which means that AOL will have the first pick in the match. RotS is our blue team. We're waiting now for the lobby to come up. Wow, that happens fast. I didn't even hit update. There you go, everybody. Notai, moving quickly already. What are these teams ranked, Notai? Talk to us. What are the rankings of these teams? What division are they in? Where are we? Set it up for me.
So we are looking at Division 3. We have Resurgence of the Storm.
North
sitting in
America,
13th
right? Okay.
NA, yep.
All right.
ROTS we're looking at in 13th place, and AOL is in 16th, but both teams have 2-2 records.
Okay. All right.
ROTS just has a slightly more favorable map score.
So they picked up an extra map win in one of the matches somewhere, or else didn't lose a map somewhere along the line.
That's right.
So same record, and you sit up a little higher in the. We're in this division, right? So our team's in this division. We know teams in this division, which is why we're casting it, right? Because we just whatever we know about this, and we find it really tough, right? I mean, 2-2 is a respectable record in this division, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's pretty damn competitive.
You have to fight and scrap for every inch of territory here. It is really not easy at all. So the teams right now are making the lobby. I'll wait until I get the invite. I haven't seen it yet. And in the meantime, we will try and say words to fill to fill the time.
We have some words. Yeah.
I can talk about the link. You know, everybody makes the link to the match when they set it up, and even Gola tried to tell me how to do it. I can't figure out how to make the link in the Heroes Lounge chat, which always frustrates me. By the way, Notai, if they don't invite you into the lobby, I'm going to tell them I need an invite.
I won't have my feelings hurt too badly.
If they don't invite you to the lobby, then I'll send you an invite or just jump in off my account. Okay, here we go. Yep. So if you can jump in off my account, that'll be great. So yeah, this is our first cast. This is my first live cast. This is our first cast together, Notai and I, and it's your first cast as well, right?
First cast, period. Yeah.
Right. So it's a bunch of firsts, everybody. So go easy on us. Again, the idea here is to have some fun and let you guys see the matches. We love North America. We love Heroes Lounge. And it bummed us out that we weren't seeing that many matches. Last year, some people made some effort to cast some more matches. But this year, it seems like it hasn't been happening that much, which is to say at all, right? Maker is the exception. Maker is a tremendous caster. MAIKER 22. He casts in Spanish. So we may actually at times cast the same match because we cast different languages. So,
Yep.
but
But
otherwise,
Maker,
if you look at the calendar, there's just nobody casting. So I don't want to beat the point to death, but our idea here is just to let you guys see the matches. So we're setting the lobby up right now. Full disclosure, I know the crew from AOL fairly well. I sub with them once in a while. I do not know Resurgence of the Storm, but I'm very anxious to see them. I certainly do not attempt to call with any favorites during a match. I don't have a favorite. You know, all these teams are fighting and competing and trying hard to win, and we just want to see a great match here. So, thoughts, No Tie? Have you got butterflies, No Tie?
no, not the way I would have expected. I feel pretty good.
Good.
Brax's is an interesting map for us to start on. It's pretty cool. It's very point control oriented. We're gonna see a lot of team fighting, right? We're 4v4 in the bot lane, trying to
Very
take
much
control
so.
of a point.
Very much so. Very heavy into the brawl, right? It's a brawl map, and then the offlane is a completely different kind of thing because typically on most of the maps, right, you can just try and sit under your wall, freeze your lane. Sorry, little trouble in the lobby, folks. I think we need to be observer, don't we, No Ty?
Yeah, I think they finally flipped us over.
Yeah, but they have us this okay. Should it say spectator or should we be observer? Does it say, is that what it says? I'm sorry. I never paid attention.
I think spectator's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, folks, just typing here. So the offlane can usually play really passive and in fact might have an advantage by doing so. On this map, you do not have that luxury. Important to fight over the point. Or your team better be winning in the 4-man.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the ban patterns on this map. I don't know if these teams know each other, but if they don't, the typical is to take out someone like Rexar. He's pretty dominant in the solo lanes.
Yeah, absolutely. Rexar or Yrel, right? Our Leo is a good pick in the off lane. These are Chen, all heroes. Chen doesn't obviously have the geographical advantage, but he's a bully. He has the sustain. So you're looking for sustain there, or you want to be able to be two places at once. In which case we call you Rexar. I've found for us, what we've found is a lot of picking these 2-lane maps because in Div 3 there's been some pretty solid Abathur play, and so the 2-lane maps help reduce the impact of an Abathur. I don't know if that's at play here at all in the map pick. And here we go, folks. Let's head into the draft. Here we go, No Tie. It's the start of an era. You were here.
I was here, yeah.
All right. So AOL has the first ban in the red trunks. Zeratul. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Zeratul's a pain in the neck. On this map, you have such a short distance, right, from one lane to the other that he can just easily troll back and forth and really be a problem. Played well, he is just no fun to go up against.
Yep, anytime you have a hero that can go up and harass the opposing team's offlaner, that gives you a pretty strong advantage in the solo lane.
Especially with point control. So Cassia's been a first pick, first ban, really since the changes came out, right? Not every match, but nothing surprising there. and I know that Transformer plays her well.
Yeah, she seems seen a little bit of nerf, but she and Tassadar both have been nerfed since their changes. And
are you surprised by Tassadar, no, Ty?
Not at all.
Especially again with point control, right? He can just zone that damage. You have a lot of choke points, and as I say choke points, we take Diablo off the map, right? I don't think he is a big target pick for AOL, but he's definitely a pain in the neck on any map that has this many choke points.
Yeah, all the walls are very easy for him to set up stuns and try to isolate players with.
So Deckard, a good pick for the sustain you want to see here, correct? You want to be staying in that lane as much as you can and be able to brawl, as you said. Deckard's great for that, right?
He's great for that, and he's great for the zone control with his cube and the root. He can really lock down the point.
And ETC, look, ETC's been a meta pick for as long as we can remember. Sylvanas I think since they changed the towers and the forts, Sylvanas really took an uptick in play. Not that she was bad before, but I think her value really increased from the meta changes to the map, don't you think?
Especially on this map, she gains a lot of value. Shutting down the towers while the Zerg wave is pushing is awesome, you know?
Oh, good point. I didn't even think about that, to be honest. I should lie and say that's exactly what I meant, but I didn't think about that. Johanna dropped off a little bit. People don't first pick her like they used to, but she's solid. Gul'dan is a favorite of AOL, I know, and very good on this map, right?
Yep, he has excellent wave clear. He can clear the Zerg wave pretty effectively.
I mean, as a guy who's loved Imperius for a while, I like seeing him banned simply because I love to see how strong he's gotten now. If he had a little more mana, I think he might be the first pick in the game in any match. He's just incredibly explosive, and Resurgence wants nothing to do with it. And AOL bans Phoenix. I'm thinking that's a target ban. I don't think he's particularly strong on this map, is he, or am I wrong? That looks like a target ban to me.
It could be. They may know something about RotS that we don't. Phoenix is also just a pain in the ass in the off lane because he has very decent clear sustain, and he is ranged.
So you get cheeky and you send him up to the off lane because you don't know what you're gonna get until you've already picked. Good point. Good point, sir. All right, so how is... they play some Rexar, but the player that AOL uses for Rexar I don't see in the match at this time, so I'm curious to see what they're going to do. Yep, okay.
They take Rexar.
So they've switched roles. They've made a move. Transformer is back on the off lane. He had moved to damage. Okay. Chat says there's sort of a map hack with World Breaker on Phoenix as well. For the wave. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, for the wave.
Thanks, Nim, and thanks for tuning in. I hadn't thought about that. Appreciate it. See, you guys, like we said, you know more than I do, for sure. Okay, so Sonya's a good pick if you can play her, right? That's a big if, but if you can play her, she's gonna sit and basically heal off the bear all day, right?
Yeah, she has crazy sustain. She's good in team fights. She'll hold up in the Zerg wave pretty well. And she's just an all-around solid offlaner.
Here we go, my friend. Here we go, folks. It's a big game for these teams, right? The winner of this goes to, above 500. That's a big deal. You're talking about round 5. This is still, you could still finish in the top of this division.
Yeah, in our division, going from 2 wins to 3 wins can take you all the way up into the top 8. So
yeah, absolutely. And then you get rewarded by having to play Los Popachas or Probius.
Or Probius, yeah.
Congratulations. That's when Bancho beat us. I told them, congrats. Now you're about to get absolutely destroyed by the top 3. They actually took Titanus right to the wire the other night. I mean, right to the wire. It was unbelievable. Very well played. By the way, we are casting the Battle of the Undefeateds, Probius versus Los Popochas. We are casting that Friday night at 10:30 p.m., I believe, folks. So don't miss it. All right.
I am excited to see that one.
In the blue trunks. On Sonya, we have C2D2. On Mephisto, we have Wingman. Sylvanas, played by Perseus. ETC will slide in with Pig Merlin. And Stukov is played by Kenster. Who have we got on the red team there, No Tie?
On the red side, we have Gola on Johanna, Lion on Deckard, Vince Noir on Gul'dan, Transformer on Rexar, and Stixa on Hanzo.
And here we go. Here we go. Operation blow all your cooldowns before there is anything valuable on the map. Initiate it.
That's right. That's what we like to see. Lots of poke damage early in the game.
Get out there. Folks, please feel free to let me know about audio balance. That's something that can be a little bit difficult to get just right. So give me some feedback if you'd like. I am going to take a quick second and turn down the audio on the game, and I apologize for that, but it's actually loud for me. Sorry about that. All right, top lane. Nothing happens. Bottom lane, here we go. Teams sort of trading health bars back and forth. Main objective here, No Tie Right, is to just clear. What was Styx after? Was he going for the globe down there? What was he doing?
Getting the globe. Hanzo also benefits just from being close to walls, so being close to that little column between the vents is good for him.
So like you said, there's no time wasted in the action on this map. The first objective is coming up already. Sonya's battling top, and we'll take a quick look at that. But Gola and... oh, they managed to get ETC. AOL does manage to get ETC. I thought that Gola was in trouble there on Joe, but he does fine. Here we see the advantage, though, of the Rexar, right? He's able to soak the lane and keep the point at the same time. So that makes Sonya's life really tough up there, and Resurgence is going to definitely depend on the 4-man to capture the point. It's going to be a tough task for Sonya. Every time she's working to capture that point, she's losing XP. Gola gets caught out a little bit here, but he's Joe, so he just walks away. Walks away like nothing happened. Now, there is a larger cooldown, right, on that trait, and this is where you see that he's taking a lot of damage right now, and I don't think he's going to... oh, the Unstoppable came up just in time. What's that talent called, No Tie? That's why you're here. What's the talent called? Unbreakable?
No. See,
awesome shield. Awesome shield talent. Amazing you can't kill me button.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now you know we're in Div 3. That one's killing on Gul'dan.
Oh, they get the pick on Gul'dan. And Stixa is chasing down Sylvanas, but cannot manage to secure the kill. But Gul'dan does drop. That was sort of a tough position suddenly that Gul'dan found himself in. Sonya has managed to cap the point back, but too late, and the objective is going to go to... I'm sorry. I completely lost track of what was going on. The blue team won that point, No Tie.
Yeah, interestingly, AOL is struggling to keep control of the points, which is unexpected with
so busy talking, I honestly missed the fact. So we're going to watch the action top, because there's not much of a defense from AOL here at this time. I don't know if they thought that they'd push separately, or it looks like they're just a bit late on the rotation. I would have bet you money. I thought they had solid control, and somehow Sonya caught that back. I thought the 4-man had control when they got the kill. Tell you what, though. Excellent defense, don't you think? I mean, they lost a fort. That's never great news.
It could have been worse considering the size of that Zerg wave.
Right?
But Gul'dan was there early and dropped a lot of damage.
And Joe didn't give any kills, is what I'm thinking too. So Resurgence quickly capitalizes on the advantage, takes their camp. AOL will look to do the same, slightly behind. And of course, this is a siege camp versus a hard camp. But Rexar should be able to clean that up. I'm impressed that Joe held her own down there during that and played safely enough to not give a kill. Right now, kills mostly even, XP just about dead even. The only advantage is to Resurgence with that top fort, and that can add up after a wave or two.
It will be difficult for Rexar now. Sonya did get the solo kill in the top lane before the objective, and he now has his retreat point is a little further away, so I'm curious to see how the next objective phase goes.
Absolutely, and Hanzo gets picked off there. You know, you think of Hanzo as a tough target to grab, but they did manage to get him. So it's now 3-1 in kills. Again, still not a problem. Not a problem. Rexar's having a little trouble getting that camp cleared up. Sonya is just bullying him. Is he going to make it out?
He's dropped low in health, yeah.
Okay, he's going to make it out, but he's going to have to head back and either tap or, you know, he might want to fold back there. But it looks like he's going to tap and continue working to clear. That frees up Sonya to get cheeky. Sonya's getting cheeky.
Looks like she's rotating down.
She sure is, no, Ty. She's feeling a little... She's feeling a little cheeky here. Okay, they're going to see it. I don't think they did see it. Hanzo with the good... Well, now they know she's here.
Joe gets vision, and Hanzo with a good scouting arrow.
She got bored, remembered she's an offlaner and that she prefers campaign mode, and left.
Either that or she needs a walk.
What does AOL need to do here?
If I were in their shoes, I would actually switch the 4-man and
Gul'dan's in trouble again. Gul'dan's in trouble again.
Oh boy.
And Hanzo's in trouble again. Looks like Gul'dan's just taking some poke damage from the Sylvanas, or is it the Mephisto, or is it both, Notai?
It could very well be both. Mephisto has an easy time with all the walls, just diving in and leaving his real body in a safe spot. Just putting out tons of poke damage.
Yeah. So if you don't really target him a lot, he just gets away with it, right? Oh, that is a good mosh. That is a good mosh, and that's going to take out Deckard.
Mosh to secure a kill, yeah.
Listen, you only get one, and sometimes I think people with ETC get a little bit greedy, and there's Rexar has died again in the top lane. Sonya with another solo kill up there. He's having a rough time. I think people feel like they need to get more than one person in a mosh. When you're working on an objective and you can secure a kill right before an objective on Braxis, get the kill. Get the one person in the mosh. No problem there, do you think?
Well, especially when then you're taking out your opponent's sustain, right? Without Deckard, what are they going to do?
Right. It's the target. Oh, boy. Oh boy, that's tough.
Looking rough for AOL.
It's snowballing a little bit, right? You went from 3 kills to 1 to now 8 to 1. You got the wave pushing. You don't have your tank in here to help with the wave, and Sonya's pushing the top keep at the same time because Rexar's had to come to help out. And you're a couple levels behind, and you're about to be down a talent tier. Now, they have 10. AOL's got the 10. And they're heroic talents, and that's pretty important. Can they do something here? Can they turn this around? Yes, they do. They get the ETC. That's a great start. And they've got a good chance on Stukov, and they grab him. All right. So they can use that to build and try to do something. Rexar right away is going to head up to top, try and save that keep. The wave is finally taken out, and AOL gets to, like, take a breath here, right? They get to take a breath. Now, you're 2 heroes down. You can just fall back as Resurgence and safely take your camps, and AOL looks content to do the same and just try and start getting some kind of push on the map. Having keep open, Notai, let's be honest, this is a really big hole to come back from.
AOL is in trouble for sure. Their top keep is weakened. They no longer have a keep in the bot lane, so they're going to be facing heavy catapult pressure for the rest of the game.
And they need to split to clear and Resurgence doesn't need to, right? They have a 2-level lead, maybe down to about a level and a half, but they're going to roam as 5, and they'll start doing the ring around the rosy, right, on this objective. They'll rotate as 5 down, cap 1 point, rotate up as 5, cap the other point, and they just sort of get to do what they want on the map. They don't have to think a lot about it. So they do have the 13 talent tier, so AOL is going to want to avoid a fight. They do get caught here. They are gonna rotate into this fight, it looks like.
ETC,
I like their positioning, and ETC is gonna drop.
That was unfortunate.
That's a second good fight in a row for AOL. I mean, if we're talking about coming back, that's how you do it. They are chasing Sonya. I think she's a tough get here. So they're gonna peel off, and look at the boss. This is gutsy. This is a bold call. The other team knows you're doing it. They're burning it quickly, though. AOL is burning it really quickly.
Yeah, and they do have the advantage of knowing that they have, still another ETC is just barely coming up.
Fantastic call by AOL. I thought it was a little bit bold, but it's a good call. Now, what they want to do is they want to see if they can get the fort from it. Rexar is going to have to go back and clean up like we talked about bottom. So you got a 4-man and a boss. So you can't get too aggressive. And oh, there goes the flank by ETC. No, he thinks twice. Hanzo sniffs it out a little bit. But they do have to watch that dive. They do have to watch that dive right through the boss into the... Sonya's coming up. Sonya is coming up. Could look to flank, and this could be trouble for AOL right here. This could be big trouble. She is on Hanzo.
Oh, what a sleep.
He's going to have a tough time getting out of there. Gola's trapped. Hanzo is running for his life. Deckard is trying to save him and might do it. Oh, Gul'dan. Oh, Gul'dan, that is not going to go well for you. Hanzo is going to live, but Gul'dan will die for that. She made it out. No tie. What just happened? Please explain.
She dropped an excellent fear, and
was that thing she got the fear off?
Yep.
You know what? I thought they just fed into that. I really thought that all they did was just feed kills into that. That was such a good coordinated escape. And Resurgence is like, what do we have to do to get these kills? We got them down to... Hanzo had to be below 100 health there. He had to be.
Yeah, by all rights, AOL should have lost 2 heroes there, but they managed
to
get everybody out alive.
2 more, I think. Okay, again, good damage on ETC. He's gonna look for the... Did he just ult and cancel? No. I thought he ulted and canceled. They do cap the point, does AOL, so they got the top point back, and they've got to... Hang on here, look, watch out for the Mosh. Mosh is up. Hanzo is trying to drive ETC away and does get him, but Gul'dan's down, and that means most of their burst damage is gone. All of their burst damage is gone. Rexar is running for his life. Hanzo is running for his life. Deckard is trying to keep him alive, and they do manage to make the escape, but boy, with this objective, I don't see how that's not game. They're going to have all the heroes up for the defense. I don't know how they hold. They're down a talent tier.
Shot, but they will have everyone up. They can try to stage a last stand, but it does look grim for AOL.
Down a talent tier. You've got a full wave coming with a camp. Can they take the camp out? Gola's going to get in there and try and do some damage to the camp, but he doesn't take too much damage for that. That was good. All right. Sylvanas, as you said, has disabled the fort. So it's all about just trying to live and put damage. Uh-oh. That was a good sleep by Deckard, but somehow Sonya was woken up. I don't know if that how she got damaged, but she got woken up, and that's going to be game. There's nothing AOL can do here, but the GG's come out. But I'll tell you what, great game by Resurgence. Very well played. AOL punched back a few times, and it looked like they could get back in it. But after that first objective, they were behind the whole game, I think. And can't say enough about that Sonya top lane, right?
Yeah, Sonya definitely not only controlled Rexar, but she bullied him and managed to take the solo lanes. That made a huge difference for their game.
I mean, waiting for the stats to load up here. Ooh, that moved quickly. That moved very quickly. I still can't believe, honestly, I was shocked. I'm embarrassed, and I'm also shocked that, why aren't we getting the stats here?
That might be on on your side.
Can you see the stats?
Yeah, I can. It looks like
I can't.
Mephisto led in hero damage, which is pretty much to be expected. I mean, he dives in and deals a lot of poke damage. The important thing is they were able to secure a lot of kills from that damage. And as you said, Sionia had a hefty lead in experience and hero damage over Rexar. She got several solo kills in the solo lane.
So, AOL elects here to go with the map pick and picks Infernal Shrines. So, Resurgence will have the first pick on this map. Yeah, wow. Sorry for getting off track there for a moment, but yeah. Sonya really played very, very well.
He played well, and the Sylvanas push seemed to overpower Gul'dan's ability to burn down the waves quickly.
Absolutely. Gul'dan, I think, really came alive around level 13, as I recall, but until then was getting picked off in those team fights, right? I think that Sylvanas, as you say, was just going straight for her from the flank, right? And putting all the damage down on Gul'dan, figuring if we take Gul'dan down, that solves all of our problems, it looked like.
Sylvanas also did a very nice job of disabling structures during the Zerg push.
just like you called. Just like you said. Okay, looks like you just dropped out of the draft. Are you able to get back into the lobby? There you go. Okay. So, it reminds me of what we've run into a lot of times, where it just feels like a team knows exactly their comp, exactly what they want to do with it, and executes it exactly the way that they want to execute it. That's a little bit what that felt like to me. I can't think of anything Resurgence did wrong in that game. I can't think of a mistake, you know? I mean, they had one death, right? No, sorry. There were deaths that came later. I'm sorry.
No, but they definitely had the advantage in terms of kills. It seems like any time there was a trade, it was in RotS's favor.
They had, AOL had those couple of fights, but also, one of them is coming off of a Zerg wave push where you just got to keep. And let's be honest, right? When you get a couple of kills in that situation, it's a good turn. It gives you a second to breathe. With the timers as they are, at that point in the game, it doesn't necessarily get you back in the game, although it did get them the boss. They
did get a boss, but with their lanes pushed as far forward as they were, there were a very limited number of things they could do with the advantage that they got through those kills.
And they were pushing 4-man with the boss. We had the Rexar bottom, which led to that fight where they were lucky to lose only one hero, right? Again, it's tough when you get behind on a map like Braxis. It's never easy to be behind, but Braxis is one where it really, really punishes you.
Braxis does snowball quite a bit.
Let's head into the draft. So the first pick this time is with Resurgence of the Storm. Up 1-0 over AOL after that Braxis brawl. You like Mephisto on that map, don't you?
I like Mephisto on this map as well.
So, ETC played by Resurgence in the first game, banned in this game. Gola plays a mean ETC. So, to pick him or ban him off Gola, not a bad idea. The Cassia ban goes out as we do have the first pick with Resurgence. So, AOL wants nothing to do with playing against Cassia. You think we'll see the Tassadar again?
Oh, Tassadar should be banned on this map. Again, lots of choke points. He deals great AoE damage, and that's invaluable on the objectives here.
Instead, Garrosh. So they're going straight after the tank picks.
It's
Interesting.
an interesting approach, yeah. Trying to choke out the tanks for Gola.
Maybe AOL goes after Tassadar here? Or maybe they don't want to see that Mephisto again. I wouldn't be surprised to see a target, man. Sylvanas, too? It's a problem. You can't ban everybody the other team is good at.
And they did ban out Zeratul. I was just going to say that. They banned out Zeratul on the last
Again.
map. This map, as it
Again.
opens up, is a very strong map for Zeratul.
Okay. And we remember that Diablo ban last map, and now he's picked, right? So, again, lots of walls. Especially when you get around the objectives. Lots of opportunities to stun into the walls.
Exactly. Through all of Diablo's changes over the last several months and years, Infernal Shrines has always been one of his stronger maps just because of the presence of all those walls.
Which is kind of cool, too, because it's a Diablo map, right? So it's kind of cool. There's a little synergy. So again, the comfort picks for AOL with the Deckard and Gul'dan. I think both of them played well in the last match. The team fights, they ran into some issues, but they got good things out of those heroes. Not bad picks, especially on this map again with Gul'dan. You can certainly get the objectives burned down. Not surprised to see the Sylvanas. Not surprised to see that. And Malfurion also excellent on this map, yes?
Yeah, Malfurion and Deckard, both healers with very strong zone control and fairly good sustained healing. Malfurion has some of the strongest sustained healing in the game.
Okay.
Phoenix again.
I have to say that's got to be a target ban.
Yeah, I have to find out who plays Phoenix on
Yeah.
RotS and watch some of those games because Phoenix is a little bit of an unusual ban.
To see it 2 in a row, right? I mean, solid hero, by the way. Not disparaging the hero whatsoever. I don't want Phoenix's family coming after me. Okay, they are really going after Gola, and Mal'Ganis, another strong pick for him. I don't see him play a lot of Garrosh, but ETC and Mal'Ganis, strong picks for Gola. And he goes with the Mei.
Yeah,
Now,
fortunately, right now there's quite a few strong tanks out there. In a pinch, even Imperius in the main tank role could fit in. But
right.
Mei is a very solid pick with a lot of, again, AoE, and she has strong CC tools.
I like Mei here. Avalanche, I believe, is still banned, yes? I believe I'm going to go to the front page of Heroes Lounge. Where is it?
I believe that was fixed, but look at the rule set.
Mei Avalanche is still banned. So, I can tell you a story. Oh my gosh, Malthael. Boy, I don't even want to see him ever again. We played a match the other night with a strong Malthael, and he just tore us up, didn't he? So you got Tassadar. Tassadar didn't get banned. They banned the Zeratul. We talked about it. They didn't ban him. My gosh. What a lineup for Resurgence.
And again, RotS has they have zone control for the points. They have
Samurai.
AoE damage. Malthael with the excellent wave clear. There's a very strong composition on the blue team side.
I feel a little weird about a Sam into a Malthael. Because seems like Malthael kind of can get that heal off the clones or the dupes or whatever you call them. Am I wrong about that?
No, it does give Malthael extra bodies to apply his marks to and try to heal off of, but it looks like AOL may try to make the play to ignore the objectives to some extent.
I was going to
and try
ask
to
you
get
that.
value from Sam.
I was going to ask you that. Or just stall the objective, right? And let Sam counter push.
Well, they will have plenty of creep clear on the objectives through Gul'dan, Raynor, Deckard, and May, so that they can stall them and get some value from that Samuro.
So I can tell you an interesting and tragic story. AOL lost a match because they didn't realize that Avalanche was banned. So every time I see a team pick May, I'm terrified that they'll accidentally pick Avalanche. All right, here we go, my friend. In the blue trunks on the left side, we have C2D2 on Malthael, Wingman on Tassadar, Perseus on Sylvanas, Pig Merlin on Diablo, and Kenster on Malfurion. Notai, who we got in the red trunks.
On the red side, we have Gola on May, Lion on Deckard, Transformer on Samuro, Stixa on Raynor, and Vince Noir on Gul'dan.
And here we go, folks. Operation Burn All the Cooldowns for nothing. Initiate. Let's go. And Malthael's head to top. He had enough of that nonsense. Samuro chasing. Exactly. Exactly, chat. Where is 3BO? Our 3BO. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, and already Malthael showing that value against the many bodies of Samuro.
Yeah. And he's going to double soak. Can they get a pick? AOL in the rotation. Doesn't look like they're interested. They're just going to go back to work. You can survive a death this early. He double soaked, so theoretically AOL doesn't lose any soak. Because Sam's back already. Gola's a little bit out in front, but he is May, so who cares? AOL fast on the camp here. They're going straight to work, and Resurgence same, and they're going to take the community camp. They're going right for it and saying, come on in here and stop us if you don't like it. And AOL's going to try and do exactly that. Gola busts on in there, on the point, trading damage. Malfurion gets caught. He's driven out, and he is taken down, and Diablo might fall here. Stixa has to run, but Diablo falls too. Oh, cap the camp, boys. And AOL gets the camp. But look at the push here from Malthael, meanwhile. That was a good fight for AOL. If you want to come back from a loss, that's a good way to start. Malthael just double soaking like a boss. He feels like he's in two lanes at once. Uh-oh. Sylvanas caught. My goodness. That happened so quickly I couldn't even get there.
That's a strong start from Team AOL.
Absolutely. Malthael backed? I'm not sure why, but it looks like he backed. Sylvanas is going to mid? Question mark? No, she's going to go grab this camp because the objective's up. And Malthy and Trans are, and Samuro are trading blows here. C2D2 still kind of getting the better end of those engagements. And the shrine is active. Also,
Samuro
great
into Malthael is definitely interesting.
Yeah, and Malthael also good into the objective, but look at that. Burned down in a split second. He is gone, and that is the thing about Malthael, is you're doing great right up until you're not, and suddenly they catch you, and boy, you can get burst down quickly. You're definitely not a Leo or an Imperius, right? Kind of a melee assassin, it feels like. And so Resurgence just uses the opportunity to clear some lanes out. They're just saying, okay. It looks like maybe they'll just give the objective and do that push that we talked about earlier, where sometimes you can just say, we'll just trade you. We think we can come up. By the time you get that objective, we're going to come up and defend the wall. We're going to take a wall, and we'll do a fair trade with you there. Meanwhile, Malthael's pushing. XP, though, is still in the favor of AOL, and they have a brief time here with the talent tier lead going into this objective. And if Resurgence keeps pushing, they're going to get quite a bit with that Punisher, right?
Yeah, as long as the blue team can avoid deaths in the top lane, they should be able to match that push in the bot lane by the blue team.
And that's what they're doing. Transformers trying to defend, but that's a tough call 1v3 with a fort disabled. And so basically you have an even trade here.
Even trade, so even going into the Punisher defense, talent tier down, RotS is able to get some good value bot lane. They're able to get a fort.
And you know, that's kind of a secret of this map, right? Is that you can, early on, you can give objective and just push on the opposite side of the map. That's exactly what Resurgence did. They didn't panic. They lost a hero. They said, well, okay, fine. So they lost nothing for that loss of their hero. Malthael goes down. They say, fine, we'll take 2 other lanes. You can have that one. Soak the XP and got the fort. And you have basically an even game. About a half XP lead for AOL, despite being up 4 kills to 1. A little bit of lag there. I hope you folks didn't get caught with that too. Sorry. AOL grabbing camps left and right, so they have a nice camp push top, but Resurgence able to let that kind of push in because their fort's already gone. The mid camp they are going to defend right away. Samuro and May are cleaning up bot. And the next objective will be coming up soon as both teams sort of meet in the bottom lane, and we have some aggression from AOL, and once again, burn down Tassadar. That May initiate is just outstanding. You know what's ironic is Resurgence banned Gola into May, right? And May is really causing them problems here so far, don't you think?
Yeah, her CC, her AOE CC.
Her sustain
is really well with Deckard Cain, and that's helping set up some kills for them.
We have the offlaners sort of stalking each other a little bit. AOL's going to keep pushing and try and take this fort. They got 10s, so the Stay a While and Listen comes out. Gola almost escapes, but they get the kill. Resurgence does manage to defend the fort and get the kill, and they could look to pressure here. Transformer's really far out on Samuro, but he gets to become invisible and run away. I'm not bitter.
That's going to be a point of concern for the blue team. Samuro is definitely going to press that as much as he can.
Especially, and yes, and thank goodness no May player took Avalanche. Thank goodness. I would hate to see that game end that way. Does AOL go and just take this fort before they go to objective? I think they do. I think they do.
Yeah, they have enough poke with Gul'dan and Raynor that they could.
Nope.
Could go poke it
They're
down,
going to go to objective. The wave might get it, eh? All right, a lot of damage on Diablo. May does not care. She dives right in there. Transforming with the kill on Diablo, hunts him down. And Resurgence is running for their lives at the moment. They sort of regroup here under their mid fort, but there's a decided advantage at the moment for AOL. Diablo, of course, cheats, and he's right back. This time he is soulless. He has no soul, folks. But that's a great wall stun on Gola. He pops the unstoppable, and he survives. And Diablo falls again without the souls. He just doesn't have the same kind of beef. I'll tell you, sometimes when you come back as Diablo... Oh, and Tassadar goes down. Sometimes you come back as Diablo, it's hard to recalibrate, isn't it? And remember that the things you could do before you lost your souls, you can't get away with now. So you have a... Go ahead.
It looks like they thought they had a lockdown on May, and you have to remember that her sustain just enables her to live through so much damage, even when you think she
did have a lockdown. Right, they did. So Samuro now gets to solo push the off lane and take that fort. You've got a 13 talent tier advantage, and they're pushing hard 4 versus 5, and they get a kill. 4v5. They take out the Malthael under the mid tower with the Punisher, and Transformer is already going after a camp because he says, I'm a solo laner. I'm not coming to the 4-man. And Tassadar running for his life and doesn't escape. And AOL is just doing to Resurgence what Resurgence did to AOL in the last game. They're up 10 kills to 2. They're snowballing. What does Resurgence do here? What do? You take a breath. What do you try to do, Notai?
Boy, they're in a really tough spot because right now they're fortless, right? And you have a Samuro that's going to push out every lane
with every advantage, right?
Right. So
he gets to be greedy. He has a good escape, so he can get overly greedy, push those lanes way out. May is sitting here to anchor for her team, give vision while they go get camps. But Resurgence is flanking right past her onto that camp. What is going to happen to Samuro? AOL collapses on it. Samuro is in trouble, but of course he cheats. So he just runs away. And wow, the flank by AOL. They catch Tassadar, they catch Malfurion, they catch Diablo, and that is really tough for Resurgence. They could look to just go take a keep right here.
Yeah, and it looks like they're
going to push with the camp.
Push bottom lane. Yeah.
They're going to take the camp lane. They're going to leave Transformer on Samuro in mid and tell him, hey, just do whatever you can. You got a camp too. You're called a solo laner for the reason. He walks right by Sylvanas. She's going to deal with that camp. And you're right. Instead of going for a keep, Samuro's just going to keep pushing all of those lanes out.
Yeah,
he's
Samuro
just gonna
make sure that the longer this game goes, the more the blue team
gank on Sylvanas. Gank on Sylvanas. He wants that revenge, doesn't he? And AOL says, all your camps belong to me. We have a 3-level lead and a talent tier lead, and they get to just take this camp. It's theirs.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want on the map right now. They're in total control.
Resurgence says, hey, we've still got our keeps. All we need is one good team fight, right? So as long as we can hold out, as long as we don't do anything dumb, death timers have been short till now. We can be behind as much as we want. Oh, Transformer's still pushing down there on the Sam. No, he's not. Your caster has no idea where the real Transformer is. And I want to be your caster. So Resurgence right now is thinking get 16, right? That's the only thing on their mind is get 16 before the enemy gets 20. And AOL sniffs out a possible pick. The Unstoppable for Malthael. I learned recently that is the only talent to take it 13 on Malthael, and that's exactly why. That would have been disastrous for Resurgence, but him using that inevitable end to become unstoppable gets him out, and you still, again, have all your keeps. You're half a level from 16. You'll be on even talent tiers, and you can go and you can contest, maybe. But AOL has a significant lead on the objective, and again is saying all your camps belong to us.
That's right. They gain a huge advantage from having all 3 forts down, having the lanes pushed out. You see Malthael having the clear top lane. and it just
Yeah.
gives AOL free reign on camps in the objective.
And no contest here. They got 16, but it's too late. So wisely, they don't try to contest that. They just sit back, take a breath, and say, hey, look, we need one fight. They're looking for the gank. They're like, shh, 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 shh. Be quiet. Uh-oh, trans. Uh-oh, trans. Face checking, but I am Samuro. I walk away. I cheat. Malfurion got caught out, and that's a problem. That is a fantastic stay a while and listen that set up an amazing combo there. Note, I have no idea what happened, but it looked to me like all of the buttons were pushed there.
There was some excellent coordination of the ultimates. First of all, the Gul'dan here catches Malfurion and they take him down, and it just snowballs from there for the blue team.
Oh, that's why he got forward. It was the fear. It seemed like a strange position for him to suddenly be in. So he got feared out, picked. You do the stay a while and listen, and then you can tell that breath. It's just like AOL, just a seasoned team, takes a breath in and dumps everything right at the same moment. They know how to coordinate that kind of thing. What a great matchup this is. I mean, you have Resurgence that snowballs into over AOL, and then they come right back and say, hey, boys, we do stuff too. We know how to play this game. Let's take a look at the stats this time, since they actually worked for me. Samuro, after all that, got more XP than Malthael. Malthael had incredible siege damage, great self-healing, but Samuro did manage to get more XP by about 40%, 30%. I was told there would be no math. The hero damage heavily in favor of Raynor. They just couldn't get it rolling, right? Resurgence. It just never took off and got going for him. Again, the siege damage for Gul'dan was right up there, just behind Malthael. The healing by Deckard is about double, and my gosh, that May, you have an MVP for that game. It's May, correct?
Yeah, again, her CC tools and her zone control again worked really well with Deckard, and it definitely set up many kills for AOL.
This is a good time to remember that any team, any game. You know, this is a game where you can feel like you got a little beat up in a game, and you can turn around and do that the very next game to the opponent. And, you know, now Resurgence has to have the same state of mind here and say, hey, look, we beat them the first game, forget the second game, right, and go out there and do what we want to do on the third game.
That was an excellent response by AOL. I'm really excited to see how the third game is going to play out. I'm hoping
how
we're
lucky
have
are we?
A close matchup. Yeah.
I mean, first game we ever cast goes right to a rubber match game 3, and Resurgence of the Storm right away picks Battlefield of Eternity, so that's what we're going to. Just a moment, let me update things here a little bit. So, interestingly, each team that picked the map has ended up winning that match. You know, our captain often goes for map pick over first pick, which surprises me, but I guess you can't underestimate just being comfortable on a map and what you want to do there, right?
That's right. There's nothing like knowing where you need to be at a certain point in time and what you need to do with the small advantages that you gain on a map.
So 1-1, game 3. I always get, I'm not going to lie, I get, you know this, Infernal and Battlefields, I get them goofed up all the time. And in my mind, they're the same map, like a similar, like you approach them the same, and it's really not the case, right? Very different approach to these maps, yes?
pretty different. Um,
The objective,
Infernal.
much more important on Battlefield of Eternity, correct?
Correct. Often you will see teams draft, in fact, just more on the side of racing down those immortals so that they are able to not just burn the immortals in their favor, but also to help them defend in the event that the opponent takes the immortal.
I always am in favor of building race over fight on this map, because to me, the team that goes race, it's not like they can't fight, but the team that's able to do the damage on the immortal, sooner or later, they're going to add up those immortals and get the win. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think it's a 50-50 how you build, or do you favor toward race or toward team fight?
It depends on what your team is comfortable with, but race is I think shouldn't be undervalued, especially since the later game immortals tend to get much more value.
Absolutely. You can give up. I said the objective is more important. You can give up an early immortal, and you can even easily defend and lose only a wall. But when you start getting to level 15, 16, they start punching pretty hard, and after 20, very difficult to defend. So what does AOL do in the bans now? I'll tell you what, I expect Resurgence to ban May. I don't see how you let that through again. If you're there, we don't hear you, sir. Maybe I just said something so incredibly insightful you didn't even have a response for it. And we've lost our co-caster, so now we're gonna find out how deeply flawed I really am at casting. I have no one to throw to. Here's what I'll do. Yeah, my name is Notar, and I would say that definitely Resurgence is going to look to ban out the May in this map. All right, and who else do you think? Do you think any other bands you expect to see again? How about that Phoenix? Yeah, I think that they will ban the Phoenix again, because they have banned the Phoenix the first two maps, and so I think that they will ban the Phoenix again. Okay. What about the picks? We had Rexar in the offlane. Let's talk about the offlane for AOL, because it really got bullied the first game, and then second game held his own. So who do we look at? You're not going to pick a Rexar here, I don't think. Do you get the same value from Samuro on a 2-lane map? Well, I don't think it brings quite the same value, but there's nothing wrong with it. However, I might look to see them bring an Imperius on a map like this, where you have 2 lanes, the push isn't quite as important, and he can do a whole lot of damage to the Immortal and also to the enemy team. Nota, that's why
You sound just like me.
That's why I asked you to go cast with me, because you really have such good insights on stuff.
So Rexar is, I think he's a solid offlaner on most maps. This is not
I don't want to
one
see
of
him
his
here.
strongest maps.
I don't want to see him here.
Same thing for Samuro. You want him on bigger maps that will get wide open, but he can be taken.
So, listen, here's my prediction. Imperius gets picked or banned on this map. All right, we're going straight for Zeratul. We're not even screwing around anymore. We're going straight for Zeratul. We're not going to wait for the second one. Just know that we don't want you playing Zeratul.
Curious if they will still ban the Phoenix here as well.
Game 3, both teams 2-2. Both teams 1-1 in this match. This is the rubber match. Game 3, Battlefield of Eternity, picked by Resurgence of the Storm. An AOL first pickin', first ban is Zeratul, banned every single game, I believe. Yes? Cassie, I believe, has been banned every single game as well. ETC banned. So he's played the first game, but they do not want to see him here again, so he's banned out. He's now been banned twice. Are they gonna ban the May? I really thought they'd ban the May. If not, I could see May being a first pick here.
It could still be coming. I do like the ETC ban here. If you're not going to play
There's the
him,
May
he's
ban.
very strong. His ability to slide through people and lock them into immortal stuns or use his
Oh
boop
gosh, yeah.
to put them into immortal stuns is incredible on this map.
So there's the May respect ban. That's a smart ban. You can't do that again. So do you think we see Mal'Ganis here? Do you think we see the Mal'Ganis come out?
I don't know, but I'm curious to see if we're going to see that Phoenix. He's been banned out 2 matches in a row by AOL.
I thought he was always banned in the second ban round, though. Wasn't he?
He has been, but if he's been banned for all the matches so far, there has to be a reason, right?
Oh, boy. Bombs away, everybody. There's my nightmare as Li Ming. My nightmare. I'm thinking Mal'Ganis and Gul'dan again.
I would be surprised to see the Gul'dan here, just because we're looking at an objective that's more of a single target damage, and Gul'dan is really geared toward putting out the AOE damage.
Yeah. Grab the Vala early. Okay, do you notice something? And again, this is just I happen to notice this because I happen to know the team a little bit. That's Vince Noir on the AA position. They've switched.
I wonder if they're gonna swap it later, or maybe
All right.
it's intentional.
I called the Imperious ban.
Good call.
Called the Imperious ban, but I also called Mal'Ganis, and we got a Muradin. They both start with M, so I'm going to take that as a win.
Yeah, you were close.
Same thing. Phoenix. 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 Phoenix.
Wow.
Somebody plays Phoenix. Somebody one-tricks Phoenix. We didn't do our research, folks. I apologize for that. But in retrospect, I'm going to say somebody on Resurgence is strong on Phoenix. All right, what do you go for here? You need AA. Do you go Raynor? Vala's gone.
Raynor's a strong pick here. Sylvanas is always a strong pick. Her race isn't terrible, and again, she empowers the immortal push. But we get the Raynor.
Gonna go Raynor. They could have held off on the pick, right? Because the other team, the bans are done. The other team has their auto attacker. However, maybe they're trying to hide what C2D2 is going to bring to the offlane. That's what I would want. I would tell you guys, hey, let me pick last so I can see what I'm up against. And they don't know what I'm going to bring. I'm curious to see what we're going to have in the offlane and the mage. Chromie.
We get Artanis. Oh, this should be fun.
I'm the camera's not on me. I'm shaking my head over Artanis. I just, if there's anything that I truly cannot stand, it's Artanis. If there's anything that I agree with Kaldor on, it's Artanis. Leoric, I love it. You know, he gets played so little for how good he is, No Tie, right?
He's definitely one of the stronger offlaners. He's able to double soak from early on, keep his team in a game just through XP, and while his team fight is not impactful pre-10, once you move past that point, he can definitely control the enemy team with Entomb and his Wraithwalk.
And Buried Alive. I mean, if
And
you're
very live at
if
20,
you're
yeah.
close at 20, you know, I would name me a more well-rounded hero for the off lane that gets played less than Leo. That's my challenge to you. Like a more just solid beginning to end hero with sustain, with wave clear, with good team fight capability, at least after 10, 13, who gets played less than Leo. He's fantastic. I love him. You know, they call me Georic.
We also have called you Georgie.
Undeservedly so. Undeservedly so.
No,
That's...
if you're not dying on Leoric, you're not getting trait value.
All right, folks. Game 3 of the rubber match. In the blue trunks, we have C2D2 on Leoric, my love fest. Wingman on Li Ming. Perseus on Diablo. Pig Merlin on Raynor. They switched their tank too, didn't they? Kenster on Lucio. Did they switch their tank too? Go ahead with the red team, and then we'll talk.
I couldn't tell you, but on the red team we have Gola sticking with the tank role on Mirrodin, Lion with Deckard, Vince Noir switching over to AA playing Vala, Transformer on Artanis, and Stixa on Chromie.
Operation Burn cooldowns for nothing. Initiate. Operation Brawl for no reason. Initiate. I swear Pig Merlin has been on the tank. Am I wrong? I'm probably wrong. I usually am.
Tell you, I don't actually remember. I haven't been paying attention to the names.
Leo getting really burned down here. Not a good trade, Leo. Can you get the spooky hand and get out of there? All right, he uses his one button. Oh, Muradin dies. I'm sorry, folks. I didn't see that. I saw the Leo in a little bit of trouble, but Leo has a button. If only I had a button, I could push and get more health. Leo says, well, I do. It's called Ossian Renewal or something. Ossian Renewal. Ossian Renewal. So, Muradin drops early, but the death timers are nothing here. Oh boy, they catch Chromie too, and that is not an easy thing to do. Diablo's angry. Diablo's angry, but Diablo's also dead and angry. That means he doesn't take any hit on his souls. Raynor running for his life. The aggression in this game. Oh, they get the Raynor. Both teams in this game, Notai, are out for blood.
Yeah, we have an all-out brawl on the bot lane.
Absolutely. AOL is going to take the momentary advantage to go for the camp. They're not going to have long. Diablo is almost back. Goal is zoning out. The blue team knows. Resurgence knows. They know what's happening. And they're going to bully their way right in there. Grab Muradin. Can he hop out in time? Barely. The potions are there. The potions are there and ready. In the top lane, we have Leo barely alive, and I don't know if he survives this trade. Transformer may get the solo kill, and he does. Right there, he gets the solo kill. Artanis is trying to prove me wrong. He wants to let me know I don't know anything about hero picks. Artanis is the hero. Goal gets overpowered and charged. Is that what happened? He gets flippy flipped. Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
All right, AOL's up on the camp. He gets flippy flipped and pushy pushed, and he is deady dead. AOL goes right to work on the camp. Again, the death timers are such that it's not a big deal here. Both Vince Noir and Transformer back for mana, so they're ready to rock and roll right in time for the objective to come up. Both teams very clean on this objective. They're both ready with camps pushing at exactly the time they need to be. Leo's staying top. Leo is staying top, so this should result in a burn advantage for AOL. They're going to go directly into Brawl mode after Diablo, drive him out, and then they're going to put the damage on the Immortal, and Li Ming is going to bomb away from a distance. Diablo charges and does not get Gola. Transformer does magic. Oh, Diablo does die. I'm sorry. Diablo does go down, and Transformer had done massive damage to that Li Ming in a, I don't know, his Zingy Zuza. What do you call it when he zips in and out? What's it called?
The Blade Dash.
Yeah, the Blade Dash, the Zippity Zuza. And so now Resurgence says, all right, our turn, everybody. You want it, you got to come through us to get it. Transformer taking heavy damage, but we know Artanis cheats and gets stupid shields. Oh, he is almost dead. He better get that potion. He does, but he still falls. Artanis is down. Blue team presses the advantage, chasing the red team all the way back home. Leo pushing hard now says, nope, changed my mind. Changed my mind. But there's a massive immortal advantage at this point for AOL. So the Resurgence will just continue to zone out while Raynor does what Raynor does, which is do a lot of damage to the immortal. Golub does manage to make the leap and get out in time. That was very close. Gola's low, so you got basically sort of a 4-man coming back in here. Trans looks for a swap. Doesn't. Did he look for a swap? He did the zippy zoo and got out of there. Didn't hit the swap, but they're driving them out, and their Resurgence is gonna say, okay, this one is theirs. We're gonna back up. We took most of the shield down. AOL collects their well-earned globes and heads up to the immortal lane. There's no aggression on the swap. We've been seeing that a bit lately. My gosh, I'm lagging again. I'm sorry. Apologize, folks. Game is absolutely lagged out.
So with Gio trying to sort out his game, we do see that the red team is pushing with the immortal in the top lane. Artanis and Leo are playing PvE in the bot lane. And we see the blue team setting up a pretty solid defense. They're able to burn down the immortal without losing not quite 50% of the health on the fort.
Yeah, I don't know why I keep lagging out. I'm sorry. I'm just having connection issues. Can you hear me? No type?
We can hear you. Yep.
Okay. Appear to be back at the moment. Sorry about that, folks. Apologize you missed the action with that immortal pushing. Looks like no one died while I was out there, no tie. So straight push, we got the wall. We talked about that, right? That with the first immortal, you might look to get the wall. Does Gola have the jump up? He does have... Oh my gosh, I am just lagging. Folks, I'm going to try and see if I can quickly figure out what is happening here. And if I can fix it, I will. I'm sorry. Notai, you can keep describing the action, and I'm going to try and juggle a bit, see if I can detect what's happening.
Sure. So AOL has set up in the top lane. It looks like they're going to try to push for the top Khazra camp. And it looks like the blue team will not contest, but they take their own hard camp. They time it with the immortal spawn, so they will have a push in the bot lane, while AOL does have their camp pushing top. The Resurgence dropping back into a defensive position, and AOL is trying to poke from the outside with Chromie, and Vala is going to drop arrows when she can. Mirrodin gets locked down. Does he have his jump to get out? He does. And we have a 4-man sleep by Deckard Cain, locking down Li Ming, and it looks like she's in trouble. And Deckard does take her down with a well-placed Heradric Cube. The fight continues under the immortal. Oh, we have Vala.
How did Vala survive that? No tie.
I don't know. She got caught in the apocalypse, nearly in the immortal stun, and she had no health. The halftime show is won by the red team, and they continue to drop damage on the blue team, even though their own health bars
are so low.
low.
They are so low. This is when you can turn from losing a fight from winning a fight into losing a fight in a moment. Folks, I'm really sorry about the connection issues. I'm checking on my system, and looks like it might just be something on the network, and I apologize. hopefully we'll be okay from here. And the objective does go to AOL. That's the second immortal in a row. And at this point, they're going to start doing more. First of all, you have the fort down already top, so you can kind of commit your entire team to this push, right? You're probably not going to send... Hey, Tuna. You're probably not going to send Transformer up there on Artanis to solo push, and then they're not. You're getting as much as you can out of the immortal here.
Right, without a shield, it's immediately a melee form, so it is going to eat a lot of damage. So may as well have your solo
Oh boy,
ranger.
the engage! Oh, and the sleep, the stay a while is incredible. You burn down the Li Ming, and that's a great target to get. Diablo falls again, and they are getting a lot of value for this immortal. They could take a keep here. In fact, I don't see how they don't when you have a 5v3 and you still have an immortal. They're going to take the keep.
We'll get a keep.
And if you get a kill, you could start thinking about the core.
They may be able to dent that shield, but that time is so low.
Oh boy, that is a great entomb. And it got
Artanis
Artanis.
to get out.
That was an incredible play by that Artanis. Absolutely incredible. First of all, just the fact that he had a swap target there. Second of all, if you offered me $1 million, I would never be able to make that play. Absolutely incredible. Like I said, no, Ty, what did I say at the outset? Artanis has a great kit.
Wonderful hero.
He's a great kit, and he's definitely a hero you want to get. Gola walks back in, and he pays the price. I'm not sure about that decision to re-engage there. Maybe things have been going too well for him. But wow. 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 I don't know what else to say, because Resurgence just won that fight and then lost it.
That's right, AOL loses their frontliners early and still managed to secure a 5-man team wipe.
Just burns through them like hot butter through cheese. You're welcome, Kaldor. All credit to Kaldor for that. I thought that fight was the turning point for Resurgence. I really did. I was shocked that Gola leapt in there. And I just thought, okay, here you go. So, they are in even talent tier levels. But AOL feels pretty confident to get this neutral camp here at the bottom while Artanis gets their own camp up top, or mid-ish. Resurgence avoids camps altogether, makes an early play, early aggression on Gola. Oh, the stay a while is absolutely on point, and that stops that full aggression and just resets everything. And now the blue health bars look like they're in a bit of trouble, but the healer goes down, Decker goes down, and this could be what Resurgence is looking for, but Diablo follows him shortly after. Leo does manage to survive. Gola is chasing. He wants some squishies. He's going straight after Leo, and Leo does fall, and Lucio gets caught as well. So there is the damage left. They can try and poke, but Gola knows this, and so he's going to try and eat that Li Ming damage, and my gosh, he's going to drive her right out of there. But with Muradin and his healing powers, his magic powers of healing, he could try to eat those orbs off Li Ming, and normally she could try to like get a little bit of poke in there. But he's just taking that damage.
He dives in aggressively and then throws out the stun to interrupt the laser, so definitely limits Li Ming's poke on the Immortal.
Deckard's back. Everybody is pretty well full health for both sides, and this is the defense of their lives for Resurgence. They need to get one of those early kills, take a breath, sort of step back and wait and look for the next kill, right? That's what they... Let Li Ming start getting some resets. You don't need to dump it all for one kill here. You're down to talent tier. The Immortal's going to hit like a truck. So you just want everything on your advantage. They are setting up for a gank, but that's Muradin. We all know what he's going to do. He's going to jump right out of there. And that stay a while, again, on point. However, AOL does wake everyone up together. So that actually kind of negates a lot of that value. And Resurgence is able to walk out, and they do all 5 survive. Meanwhile, however, that Immortal is just tearing through the keep.
No,
so there's no keeps left. There's no keeps left. Leo goes down, and I don't know now. I don't think you can stop that Immortal. And so AOL figured, we'll fight this as long as you want, because we know that Immortal's just doing damage, taking all your structures down, and that's going to be game. That's a reverse sweep for AOL, no tie. They got handled in game 1 and came back and just turned it completely around games 2 and 3, and they get the win. Good game, well played to both teams. Good game, well played. Got to be a heartbreaker for Resurgence. I thought several times that game they looked like they were going to, like they were sort of getting a foothold, and then AOL just wouldn't let that fight top over the camp. No tie. There's no way that they should have ended up with AOL having, what, a 4 or 5 man team wipe? There's at least 3.
It's shocking to see the Muradin go down early, and AOL is still able to turn the tables and secure the 5 man team wipe.
Chromie with 65,000 damage led the game. Leo had 68,000 in siege. The healing was pretty even. Deckard slightly ahead at 78,000 over the 72,000 by Lucio. The self-heals, by the way, if you do that too much, you will go blind. The self-heals went to Artanis, and the XP lead also went to Artanis. So, shall we try and get an interview here? Never done an interview.
Yeah, let's hear from Team AOL.
I've never done a post-game interview. Never done one. So that was the first map that was picked by a team and won by the other team. Congratulations to AOL. Both teams played very well. AOL with the win goes to 3-2. Resurgence of the Storm goes to 2-3. Both teams are teams that I don't want to face. I don't want anything to do with them. Let me try and set up for an interview here.
Well, Gio's working on that, and we're looking at the score screen. I do want to note the damage dealers on the side of AOL both did really strong work, both of them outpacing the damage dealers on Resurgence of the Storm. So it's one of the reasons AOL was able to show so much resilience, even though they lost in some instances Muradin at the beginning of a fight. And later on in the game, they lost their Deckard early. They were still able to win team fights, and it seems like that was mostly on the strength of their strong damage dealer play.
And they switched, right? So they moved a player for the whole game, and then switched that last game. They switched and moved Vince Noir over to the auto attack. The DPS. I forgot to tell you, I'm going in the interview room. Do you care to join me?
Yeah, I'll be right over.
All right. All right. First time we're doing an interview, folks. So we're going to try and get this worked out. Okay. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Bear with us, folks. We are trying.
Hello.
There we go. We got Lion. Thank goodness we got the most dynamic and charismatic member of the team to join us. Lion, how are you?
No, I play characters.
What did you say?
I don't know about dynamic. I play like 3 characters.
Talking about your personality. Listen, so I'm going to start at the end, okay, and say that those the stay a whiles in that last game were, well, you tell me. How'd you feel about those? I thought they were fantastic, Lion.
I just like to land them on as many people as possible. It feels good. I
But-
don't know if they're actually good, but I like landing them.
But it was the timing. It was the timing as well, right? And it was and I don't want to goof up it might have been Battlefield, actually. You had where you caught them near their bottom keep. You came in and did stay and while they were lined up, and you guys like took a beat, right? What were the comms like in that moment? Does everyone know what to do, or are your comms like like wait, go?
Wait, so you're on the Shrines game, right?
I think it was, yeah.
Yep, shrines.
When we caught them out, Transformer was just saying, "I think there's somebody in this bush," and then he goes in and face checks.
Face
Like,
checked
"Hey,
it.
There's people in the bush," and so Gola just jumps right in. I throw out my crowd control and I walk up and just sleep him. That was it. Like no other communication of like.
So from there, everybody just, because here's the interesting thing. I'm surprised to hear no communication, because what'll happen there, right, is one person will do some AoE damage and they'll all wake up and you don't get max value. It looked like all of you kind of like took a breath in and went at once. It looked very well coordinated. So just lie to us if it wasn't.
It's something it's a composition we actually play a lot. We used to do it with who's the tank that puts people to sleep?
Mal'Ganis.
That guy.
Mal'Ganis.
Yeah,
Gola
that guy.
loves to play him, doesn't he?
We used to coordinate it a lot with him. So he'd sleep him and I'd throw the root and then we burst. So it's just something we're more used to. Also, I like to walk places instead of mounting up, so I'm always a little bit behind. So when the tank goes in, by the time I get there, I can just throw my CC. Because I'm always throwing potions while walking.
Got it. Yeah, some of those potions were very timely. You definitely played well. Now let's go back. Go back to the first game, right?
I did not like that at all.
You folks got bullied. You got bullied, especially. So it was interesting. I got to tell you, and this is the first game we've cast, so I'm definitely not any professional. I thought you won the first objective. I was actually shocked when it went to them because it felt like you were winning bottom. And honestly,
the entire time it felt like we were losing.
You got a couple of kills. You drove them back, but Sonya bullied your top lane, right?
Yeah, we didn't want to take Rexar, honestly.
Okay.
And like he wanted actually Urel, but we ended up because we didn't have last pick, so we had to grab something.
Okay.
But
you made a switch at that position.
What do you mean?
You switched players at that position, right? So that's a return to that. Transformer's been playing DPS for you primarily, yes?
Oh, actually, he plays a lot of solo lane.
Right, but that's he's going back to that role, yes?
Oh, we thought they might have were maybe going to pick Rexar, and he's really good at countering Rexar.
Got it.
So,
okay,
he was thinking of either doing Urel or Malthael for it.
So does he pick Rexar to try and pick off of them? Was that the idea there?
Well, we had an idea that they were gonna Sonya. It's just we didn't really have that many good options left. Got
it. She did work up there, and then that Mephisto looked like a problem. And from what we could see, Sylvanas was just headhunting on Gul'dan most of the time. Is that what it felt like to you?
What it felt like to me is with the 2 DPS we brought bottom, we had trouble finishing a kill. We could
Mhm,
poke people down,
mhm.
we could poke people out, but we could never finish a kill. And against the Stukov, that's not good enough.
So
Like Stukov is going to be able to sustain all day.
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
with a Deckard, if we're not consistently landing kills, I'm going to be lower on mana than their Stukov is.
Tell us about Phoenix. Is
Uh,
that a
so
target ban for someone on their
It
team?
is a target ban. Their team is a spectrum of ranks. Like I think their top player is like Masters or Diamond or something, and he loves Phoenix. So we were
Got it.
just never going to give him Phoenix.
Got it. don't let the best player in the team get to do what they hit their first choice, right? It's a pretty good rule of thumb. So, okay. And the other thing that was notable to us, I would say, well, there were a few things, but in the draft, the second match, they basically banned Gola out like of 3 tanks, right? 3 tank bans. He picks May. And
I told him to pick May because I like the synergy with Deckard.
Tell me
I told
about
him
that. Were you just saying I told you so throughout the whole match?
Oh no. So we've picked May before.
Yeah.
And accidentally disqualified ourselves because Snowball's banned.
We brought that up as it was loading. I said I can tell you a sad story about May and why I hate seeing her picked because it stresses me out.
No. I told him to take Ice Wall and treat it like a Tastar Wall, but it sometimes catches people out. Like a mixture between Tastar Wall and a Zeratul isolation.
Don't try to hero wall. Just use it to zone or
just
to
use
trap.
It to zone or isolate or cut off a path and keep playing like that. Because May is already an area denial monster. Throwing that with a Deckard is just hell for their team.
Well, to me watching it, the May just absolutely dominated. She was
brutal,
absolutely oppressive, and 2-3 times that you'd think that Resurgence had caught her, and she just hits a button and ices up and heals up and back to work. And meanwhile, you folks are following up.
She feels like a better ETC sometimes.
So you picked the map the second game. You knew what you wanted to do. How did you feel about your execution? I mean, I know how it looked to us, but what did you guys feel? Were you happy with that game for the most part?
It was so much better having an actual auto attacker with cooldown.
Having an actual auto attacker. So the first game you had Hanzo, so he's just poking.
Like it was really difficult to finish anything. But the second we got a Raynor. Yeah. And anytime we caught somebody, Raynor could be on them putting all of his damage in there. And so anytime we caught somebody out, it was almost always a kill.
It's interesting to me because I wouldn't typically love him particularly for that map, right?
Raynor is one of my favorites for that map, actually.
Really? Okay. All right. And that's because of, so you know more than I do. Tell me why you like. Here's what I think of: is he's not as great on burning down the objective. Is that just dead wrong?
If you take the talent to burn down the objective, he's just fine.
Okay.
But we didn't need him to be doing objective damage. We needed him controlling choke points and focusing people because we had a Gul'dan to cover objective damage. Gul'dan is going to hurt them all up and kill them all. So it doesn't matter if Raynor's help it.
So that noob trap of like, oh, it's infernal, so everyone has to have something to kill minions, and you're saying no, we have to have 1 or 2 people good at it, and we need
if you have a Gul'dan or a Sonya, you can just leave them on there and control the choke points into the objective. Like with Raynor knockback, being able to help peel and protect Gul'dan, it's super cheesy. And
then game 3, you switch back and you move Vince Noir over to Vala, her old favorite. And you switch roles up and put sticks on Chromie. Is that just purely a skill on the hero thing and who you wanted on the map?
So our players are more comfortable on different characters. Dix actually heavily plays mages. He plays a really good Chromie. We actually wanted Li Ming, but they told me to take Deckard first. And so when they locked Li Ming, we were going to pick up a really good race comp so that we could, if it ever came down to it, outrace them, which it did a couple times. I mean, I think we beat him with like 300 health left on theirs. The Artanis plan was really timely.
Okay. Can we talk about that Artanis swap out of the Entomb? And again, I'm getting ahead of a couple other things. What? I hope somebody clipped it. That was absolutely incredible to me. I told Notai, if you offered me $1 million, I would never hit that swap, let alone the luck of that someone happened to be standing there.
Nah, Transformer's just like a super good player.
Well, it's like I told Notai before the game. You know, Artanis, solid, great pick. Fantastic on every map. No, I was crapping all over Artanis before the game. I said that's one way I absolutely agree with Caldor. I hate Artanis, but you can't argue with what I saw there. Talk about the top camp fight. Do you remember this one? Gola Sudoku's into the enemy with like a fingernail left, drops, Artanis drops, and we say, okay, here comes Resurgence, and suddenly you and the damage dealers say, you know what, I'm going to get my cane out here, and I'm going to whack some people, and you take them all out. What the heck happened there?
So our opponents really like to clump up. That's just something I noticed. And
I think you're describing opponents in Heroes of the Storm. Continue, please.
Yeah. So neither team started that fight with a healer. Both Lucio and I were running back. So it's only actually once I got there and found out that the enemy DPS wanted to push through a choke point. So I just walked into the bush and dropped everything on them.
I mean, I don't know how that turned. And Notai, I've asked all the questions. I'm babbling away here. Have you got anything you wanted to ask Notai? Not that you want to ask Notai. Notai, do you have anything you want to ask? English is hard.
No, I think you've been pretty thorough. I just want to say congrats, guys. That was a really, really good comeback. That was great resilience showed.
Other thoughts about Game 3 or anything else, Lion, that you want to highlight, or any shout-outs?
I was really glad I pre-potted that last objective because I immediately went out of positioning and got killed.
That's
right.
right.
Caught me and wallbanged me.
He sure did. He sure did. And again, it looked rough. And then somehow the team just, well, you know, that's on that objective, right? You can sort of fall back and defend for a little bit.
Oh, no.
Well, listen.
Our team just like walked in and cleared them all up afterwards without me.
Oh, your damage dealers. They sang that match.
They were like the Chromie play was so good, like the positioning on the slows.
And early it looked a little rough. I mean, Diablo caught her, Diablo caught Muradin. Like, did you have any nerves around that time? Or, you know, it's that early and you say, look, just tighten it up, kids?
No, not at all. Like, the early game is always just a slugfest because early game on that map is to like risk everything, try to get a kill, take bottom camp, and then hopefully get extra pressure. So you're just going to be throwing everything at the enemy team. It's pretty fun. It's like one of the best parts of the match.
Yeah, we call that the burn all of your cooldowns for nothing phase.
Oh yeah, and then you're at a man and sad.
Well, I will echo what Notai said. Congratulations. Good game, well played to both teams, but congratulations to you. You came away with the reverse sweep in the win. You get above 500 to 3-2, and you get rewarded now with a more brutal matchup next week. So, well, I should say in the 7th round. You already know your 6th round matchup. Who's up next for you?
I have no idea.
Lion. Come on.
What?
Man. Come on, man. You just show up and heal stuff, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Congratulations, my friend. Well played. Good games. And thanks for spending a little time with us.
Oh, thanks for casting.
All right. Our pleasure. Absolutely.
We could probably get you... Like, I noticed you, like, disconnected halfway through the last game.
Yeah.
We could probably send you a replay if you want.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a little frustrating. I don't know what happened, but I just started disconnecting. Like, I missed the first objective or second objective. It was pretty frustrating. So, It happens. Hopefully it won't happen next time. I'll take a look at the rig and see if I couldn't spot anything going wrong, so I don't know if it was just Blizzard or network or what it was. I'll try and figure it out. But thank you. Appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you again for another match soon.
Oh, yeah, sure.
All right. Thanks, Lion. So, Notai, thank you so much. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Again, we are going to be casting the Battle of the Titans, Los Popachas versus Probius, the two undefeated teams. And let me pull that up and I'll tell you exactly when that is instead of saying I think. Let's see, when is that one? It's Friday night, the 14th at 10:30 p.m. EST. So, folks, tune in, and Notai and I will once again demonstrate our overall, well, my mediocre and disturbing lack of game knowledge, and Notai's, I would say, above average game knowledge. And we'll be happy to see you then. Thanks, and peace.